Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our weekly conjunction video. And this week we'll be doing our 3 planetary conjunction of Mercury, Mars, and Moon. I don't want to go into the other order, like take these 2 fingers off. Anyway, it's Monday morning blues, Monday morning silliness. So yes, today we're going to be doing Moon, Mercury, and Mars conjunction in astrology. And what happens when these 3 planets are conjunct together in your horoscope. And I'm going to pretend that these 3 planets are closely conjunct. Most of the time, most of the people will have conjunctions that are medium to loose. Meaning, Moon, Mercury are at 2 degrees and 5 degrees, and Mars is at 27 degrees. It still impacts, but it's not as strong. There's a level of strongness and weakness. So this is simply when they're all tightly conjunct. And as always, if you do not know where your conjunctions are placed, what house they're in, what signs they're in, how many degrees apart they are, all the other astrological information, for that check out the links here and check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects of the Speed of Light, and all my other consultations here at this link. So, Moon, Mercury, and Mars conjunction. Regardless of how this conjunction is placed, meaning that what sign is placed in, if one strong is other or not, one thing you will find with these people is a very straightforward, aggressive speech. And the anger is like sitting on shoulders. These people are just like fireballs. Their nervous system is on hypertension. They are like always alert. They're always wanting to see some challenge, some obstacle coming in front of them. Because see, Moon represents your mind and your happiness. Mercury represents your nervous system, your speech, your communicative style. Mars is aggression, fire, anger, soldier. Mars is also an engineer, a surgeon. So whenever you're putting these 3 planets together, especially when you have 2 soft planets like Moon and Mercury, who behave with the planets that they're sitting in, they are going to be always alert. They're going to be always, ready to just blow. And the way they blow is when they do not have the right communication with other people. The miscommunication brings that sudden anger, frustration of not having things done their way. They're like so perfectionist, like if you move one thing 1 inch to here, they blow up. Kind of like but that OCD-ness comes with this conjunction, because now Mars is so active, so energetic, that it's putting that nervous system into hypertension. Like the mind needs to feel peaceful, and the mind is not, because mind is always on the move. Like these are the people who needs to these people you will find, they are physically active. They want to be physically active. Let's say even if they're handicapped, they have this desire to just move. Movement balances out this conjunction. But what we also see with this conjunction is that a person is very technically gifted with their hands. Very good with their hands, very good with their with technical skills. Because Mercury represents hands, Mars represents technology, technical things, engineering, and mind is receptive to all of these things. So the way they find balance, and when they do something, they create something, in their life which is technical and which requires a lot of thinking, looking at technical things. So mainly where these people will be found is when they are learning some technical skills. They're going in engineering, computer engineering. They're doing any kind of a technical work. Their communication is very, very aggressive, but also very quick. They will say a sentence very quickly. They want to communicate very quickly. What happens with this is if you're taking your sweet little time explaining something that can be explained in 20 seconds, and you're taking 2 minutes because you want to add other stories in this in your story, and then you want to then come to the point, they will get frustrated. Okay, just get to the point. What is it? They need to get to the point with every conversation. So if you do have a wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend with this a conjunction and you love them, one thing I understand, just give them straight to the point. Like, don't be like, well, I got to tell you something. So what happens is I was posting something here and on my Twitter account, and then what happens is one of my other friends, and they'll be like, what? Well, get to the point. What is it? Oh, they just told me that I was stupid. I was this and that, so I got mad at them. And so something that you can be finished in little time, they get frustrated if you extend it for more than it needs to be extended to. You will see this with conjunction, no matter if it's happening in Pisces or especially happening in fire signs. Fire signs really will make these people agitated if you do not comply with their short conversation. They like to be on point. Like even on phone conversation, you get to the point right away. Now, if it's your friend, of course, there's a different type of connection than they're wanting to just conversate. But if they're in a business mode, if they're in a mode of talking to somebody, who they don't know, they're calling a plumber, they're calling this, you get straight to the point. And they will get straight to the point with you in this. And one of the things is that they come out as very rude sometimes because you want to have a nice long conversation with them, while in reality, their conjunction doesn't allow them. They simply like getting to the point and everything because they have to move to the other thing quickly because they have 100 different things happening in their mind. So if you want to tell them something which may be funny, pun, get to the point quickly. Because they have to suddenly, after 30 seconds, divert their mind and their attention to that second task that they have. And then after that, they are already thinking of the third task. So this is where the nervous tension comes into play. They're always just like on the move. They have to be on the move. And especially with mother or moon being the mother was very active. Mother was physically active. Mother was also very sharp with her tongue. And that's how you understood from her how to, communicate. Also, you have a great relationship, especially if it's, especially if this happens in like fire or air signs. You have a very good camaraderie with your siblings and your male siblings. You love to compete with each other, have fun. They're very competitive people. In their mind, they're always strategizing. How do I beat my competition? Even in their husband or wife, how do I beat them at competition? It's a natural impulse in them. It's not their fault. That's the thing. When I run into, let's say, people who are mad at me in email that curse me, they're like, you're this, you're that. There's miscommunication, And before I email them, I reply to them, I'm like, what is this person doing? Like, it clearly tells you to email me at this email, all your orders, all your consultation. Why are you emailing me here? It's clear. But then I go back. I'm like, this person probably has certain conjunctions, certain aspects that does not make them pay attention to details, does not make them realize they need to do this step, that step. So I'm able to understand that. So next time, when you feel people who are hating you or being mad at you and wanting to defame you or something, just be like, that's okay. They are following their karma. They're following their dharma that they're supposed to do. But once you understand these things about yourself, like, oh my God, I have Mercury, Moon, Mars conjunction in my horoscope. Let me settle down. Let me perhaps meditate more. Let me calm the Pitta energy of Mars down. See, Mars is Pitta, fire. When fire is inside you, Agni, you're agitated, you're burning all the time. So once that meditation process brings that water in and calms Mars down to most of its, best of its ability, then you can be like more easier going in this direction. So this is why, when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it from, like when I'm looking at charts, I'm looking at it from perspective of the person. What are they going to feel when they get my consultation? Are they going to be enlightened? Are they going to feel this is nothing? Are they going to be like, oh, this was nothing? So whenever I look at a chart, I do certain type of way I communicate with that person in audio. My methods are always the same in the audio, but what I say is always depending upon how certain planets are placed, because I need to communicate this with you. So that's where this, understanding these conjunctions is very helpful. All right. So guys, this is my analysis of Moon, Mercury, Mars conjunction. If you're new in my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Moon is placed, where your other planetary placements are, all my books, reports, consultations, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with our mutual aspect video, because we got a long week this week. We got lecture on Magha Nakshatra coming up. I'm going to be doing a horoscope parody of Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels on Saturday. So a lot of stuff happening. All right.